Alright, welcome back to another episode of how to make a RNG game on Roblox. In today's episode we're gonna be taking a look at how to make a inventory, or basically we're gonna be designing our inventory today, and we're gonna be scripting our inventory later on. So first, what I wanted to do is actually go to our rolling UI, inside our rolling background and inside our title. So if we were to hit on, I think it was, let's just customize this real quick so we can see how it looks in game. Like this, perfect. Yeah, that's good. So first we need to add a accept button and a decline button for the rolling, because that is what we need later on. So first we could add them directly in the title, which could be useful, I guess. Yeah, let's do that actually. So inside here, inside our title, we're gonna add a accept button like this, and we can say that our anchor point is gonna be 25 and let's do 0. Sure, like this. Also turn off the auto button color, because that's just gonna look better then. So our position can be 0.35 and let's do 1. Actually, let's put it a bit further down. Let's put like 1.25 maybe. 35. Yeah, seems fair. Alright, size is gonna be 0.25 and 0.15. Let's see, no, 0.15 here. Actually 0.1 maybe? Yeah, 0.1. And our size here should be about maybe 4 or 5. Let's see. That's good, but we're gonna be making it a bit longer, so like 1.5 maybe. Yeah. Now for our position we can go back to 4.5, maybe even only 4. Let's do 4.3. Yeah, seems good. I did not mean to duplicate that. We're gonna be actually getting the UI corner from the roll button, so we round our edges there. And now we can customize our button actually. So the text transparency is gonna be set to 1, because we're gonna add a different text inside there like we do always. And our background color can be something special, just not gonna be a straight white. I would still say a brighter color, because that's the style we're going for. So like maybe this. Yeah. We can still change that, but I'm gonna keep that for now. Add a text label inside our button, name this our title. Anchor point can be 0.5 on both and position the same. Size is gonna be 0.85 and our background transparency is gonna be set to 1. Down here, the font you've chosen for every single thing, so our Nunito, text scaled, and we can keep it black, but I think it's better if we set it to white so it matches the text. Actually no, let's keep it on black and color our button different maybe. Yeah, we're gonna color it a bit differently, like a bit darker. Looks better. So I'm gonna full screen Studio real quick, just so you can see a bit more. So that is basically everything. We can say accept like this. The button looks weird right now, and maybe if we set it a bit further down it's gonna look better. Maybe like even 1.5. looks better in my opinion. And then we can duplicate our accept button, rename to decline button, and that's everything. We can set the position to like 5.7 maybe. That's good, but maybe a bit increased, so like 5.9. Actually, let's do 5.8, and let's set our accept button to like 4.2. So you have a little space in between both of them. For our decline button, our background color is gonna be set to a red like this. That looks good. And our text is gonna be decline. Now you can still customize them however you'd like, but I'm gonna be setting it to this just to test, you know. Let's see for the animation. That looks good, but as you can see, it scales downwards if we hover over them. Yeah, so that is because we've set the anchor point only to 0.5 on the first one and not on both. So if we set it to 0.5 on both, we have to increase our position again. Yep, that's fine. And set it here to the same, like this, and set position, anchor point to 0.5. There we go. And if we were to hit play again, you can see it scales better. Yep, that's way better. There we go. Now that we've finished the accept and decline button, we can set both of them to invisible, because we're gonna be scripting them later on, or like not right now, but you know what I mean. If we were to hit roll now, it doesn't work because actually, yeah, let's change that real quick. I've set the rolling background to invisible just so we can customize this way easier, and we have to change this real quick. So instead of roll title.visible, we get the rolling background.visible true. And that should be about everything. Let's .visible. Let's just do a few changes so we know that it works. And I think that's everything. Let's try again. Yeah, that works. Perfect. Also, roll time gotta be set to 1.17. I think that's gonna look better. Yeah, because I want it to be really slow at the end, but that is gonna be fine. So now we can actually start with our inventory. First of all, I don't recommend you start with the inventory because we're adding a different screen UI for the side buttons. And here is what we're going to add. First, a frame. This frame is gonna be set to size 0.1, like this. You can also increase this a bit if you want, but I recommend you keep it at 0.1. So the background color, I think we're choosing a black. And we can like set this to 0.75 or like just something like that, so you have like a little bit darkened on there. Because I think that looks way better in my opinion. You can also shorten this up a bit, like 0.75 maybe, so it doesn't distract as much. And that looks good, yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. So this frame we're gonna call holder, and we're gonna be adding a UI list layout like we do always, or like every time. So padding gonna be of course 0.01 or 0.05, but we can change it later. And horizontal alignment center, same goes for the vertical. like this. And that is fine. Now we can add a few text buttons. Yeah, actually text buttons are fine. But before we continue, I'd like to duplicate these animate buttons and move one of them into side buttons, so every button inside here also gets animated. Makes sense. The size is gonna be set to 0.85 and like 0.125 maybe. Right, that is way too big. So I think we're gonna be setting this to 0.75. Looks better. And now we have to shorten this up. That is fine. So we can maybe like set to 0.74 maybe. 0.75. That's a bit dumb. How about we do 0.09 here? No, that's way too short. So I guess we can keep it at this 0.75 and 0.1. There you go. Now that we have a button on the side, we can start with a different UI corner. This UI corner, I think we're just gonna set to 1, so we have a circle there instead of the rounded ones. Or we keep the style all around. I think we keep the style. May look better. So back in the rolling sorry, my bad. We're gonna copy one of those UI corners and put it inside our text button, like this. Also, we can rename our text button to our, let's do inventory. Yeah, let's just do inventory. Now that we have that, we can basically set our text to text transparency 1, like we always do. And we are gonna add a image label inside our button. Anchor point 0.5 for the image label, same for the position, and the size, you've guessed it, 0.85. Background transparency set to 1. And now for the actual image. I like to set the image color to black for the style, just so it looks better. And what we're gonna do, first of all, if you have not saved the game, you're gonna go into game settings, click save and give it a title. I've set this to RNG testing, like dash YouTube tutorial, because this is for the YouTube tutorial, makes sense. And inside here, inside this image, you should be able to add a image yourself. So click add image, choose file, and I'm gonna be using a certain bundle which I've bought with my own money. I'm gonna be linking it in the description if you want to buy it yourself. I am also not gonna be linking those images because those are paid for, and if you want to get those images you have to get them yourself. You could also just grab any image from the toolbox, but I'm gonna be using those for now. So first I'm gonna search backpack and I'm gonna be using a flat white like this. The title doesn't really matter, and if you wait a bit, there you go, that's your button. I'm also gonna be disabling auto button color for this one, and I think I'm gonna be shortening up a bit because that looks way too big in my opinion. So instead of 0.075, I think we're gonna go for 0.05 in general. It's gonna be way smaller but looks way better. We can also do 0.06, I think that's better for the holder. Yeah, and for the inventory button, this vertical size can be 0.75 maybe. Hopefully that's good. Alright, a bit more. That's gonna be 0.079. Yeah. You just have to check until those numbers match up, or like are insanely near, like right here. we are gonna be renaming our image label to pic or picture, and we're also gonna do the scale type to fit. There we go. Now that we have our button, if we were to click play, you can see it fits right there, and the animation also works. There we go. Now also, I forgot to enable GUI inset for the screen GUI, but you can add that. So, now for the actual inventory. I like to add inside our side button screen GUI a different frame, which we're gonna call underscore inventory, or whatever you've named your button. Make sure it matches up, but with a underscore in front of it. Now anchor point 0.5, same goes for the position, and now we can scale it however you like. I like setting it to, let's do 0.5, 0.5, sure, that's how it is. This is a bit small, so we're gonna be making it larger. I think I like 0.65 maybe. Yeah, this looks good, sure, I like this. For the UIs, what I like to do is set the background transparency to 0.5 or lower, maybe 0.35. No, let's do 0.5 for now, and the background color is gonna be black. That's what I like to do for our inventories, because that's just gonna look way better in the end. Now, one more problem, I think. Wait, that's... Oh, that's fine. Alright, sorry. Inside our UI corner, I think we're gonna be checking this to 0.05 maybe. Or 0.025. Yeah, it looks good. That is good. Yep, that's good. Alright, so now inside our inventory, we're gonna do... let's start with our top bar actually. So that's gonna be set to top bar. We can say size is gonna be 1.1, like this. Background transparency set to 1. Add a UI list layout. This is gonna be set to fill direction horizontal with our padding of 0.01. Also, now that I remembered, we have to check our padding inside our holder. If we add just a few more buttons, you can see that the padding is fine, so we can keep that. Nice. Now inside our top bar again, we can do... actually clip the sentence and go into UI list layout again. Inside here, we can say horizontal alignment center, same goes for the vertical, and that's everything. So add a text label inside, which we're gonna call, let's do title, sure. This title is gonna be set to 0.25 and 0.85. Actually, we can increase this to 0.35. Yeah, looks better. So, background transparency is set to 1. We could... Actually, no. We're gonna add a frame, sorry. Name this our title. And here again we can say 0.35, what we've just had, and 0.85, transparency 1. Add a text label, which is gonna be set to, size is gonna be 0.85 and 1. And actually, just to check, we can say 0.5 background transparency for the title. No, sorry, wrong title. We can delete this text label and rename this quickly to our actual title. Add a image label again. This image label is gonna be picture. The position is gonna be 0.75, like this. Sorry, 0.85, not 0.75. And now we can say the size is gonna be 0.15 and actually 1. There we go. Background transparency 1. Image is gonna be the same as the one you've used there. I'm gonna use the backpack. We can keep this white. Make sure scale type is fit. This frame also back to background transparency 1. And our title can be background transparency 1. Text scaled, we're gonna be customizing our text. The font face is gonna be Nunito again, because we've been using this for every single UI. Text color, that's gonna be white. And we can say inventory. Make sure everything is lowercase, because that's also the style. I think we could be doing text X alignment, right? But I don't think that's gonna be looking as good as I thought. So back to center, like this. Yeah, seems fair. We could also be changing the size of the actual frame to something shorten. Yeah, that looks good. So that is our title. We can duplicate this, set this to, I think we're gonna be calling this actually our space maybe. The title can be like 03 or like, maybe like let's set this to 10, because that is how much space you've got in the storage. Yeah. The padding we can actually increase. Seems fair, but I think 0.1 looks better. Yeah, we're gonna be keeping 01 right there. Our space can also be a bit shortened up. That is way too short, my bad. I think we're gonna be keeping this. Yeah, but we're gonna change the image. And I think I'm just gonna get a quick storage box that exists. Yep. There you go. Like this, yeah. And that is everything for the top bar. Nice. Now we can add, I think it's gonna be maybe 2 or 3 frames. I'm guessing like 3 frames. I'm talking with myself right here, wait. So it's gonna be 3 frames and a text box. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, the first frame we're gonna add is gonna be our showcaser. Our showcaser is gonna essentially hold the rarity and the actual title. And this, the position, of course, amplified 0.5, same with the position. Actually no, the position can be 0.35, even less, sorry, 1.5 maybe. Seems fair. And this can also be the same, bit increased, bit further maybe. Yeah, good enough. Size is gonna be set to 0.15, 0.33. Actually, maybe 0.4. Yeah, that's gonna be 0.4 and our size is gonna be 0.35. Looks good. Now we just have to adjust the position a bit. That looks good, but we can shorten this up to like 0.35. Let's also keep this a bit higher up. I'm guessing like 0.29 looks the best. Here background transparency is set to 0.5. Same with the background color, that's black. And we can grab the UI corner again. That is good. Although I think, actually no. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we can duplicate the showcaser. Sorry, no, we're actually gonna be filling the showcaser first. Inside our showcaser, set a text label with anchor point 0.5, same with the position. Size is gonna be 0.85 and 0.5. Actually, let's do for this vertical size like 0.45. Yeah, that's fine. Position is gonna be set to 0.35. You can actually shorten this up to 0.3. Maybe even less. Can I do 0.25? I can. Alright, that's good. This is gonna be our name. And maybe even increase the size to like 0.55. And hit this on 0.3. Duplicate, rename aura rarity. Position set to 8.5 and decrease the size to like 2.5. That's too short. 3.5 maybe. Decrease this even less. A bit further. We can do 7.9. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. So basically this is gonna be background transparency 1, same goes with the our name. And if we were to select both, we can customize them at the same time. Text scaled, of course, we're gonna be hitting the Nuneto with the text color white. I'm gonna go for our rarity text transparency 0.25. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do text for the aura rarity. It's gonna be 1 in your rarity, so I'm guessing we can do like 1 in 7 for now. But I think actually, let's try 1, okay, just for the sake of it, you know. Yeah. But that is gonna be way shortened up, so 0.25 or even 0.175. Yeah, because this text doesn't have to be large whatsoever. This can also be increased to 0.95. Set the scale to like the position to 0.87. Seems good. This one can set to be like 0.4, and we can increase the size on this one to like 6 or maybe 6.5. This can be even further up. Let's try 7. 7 is fine. And for the sides, this is gonna be set to 9.5 as we did for the rarity. There you go. This looks better. Our name, I don't really care. We're gonna set to uncommon for now. And this thing right here is gonna be set to 1 in 7. Because that is our actual uncommon that we've made. Right. Yeah, that is looking good. We can go to replicated storage, grab our color real quick, just to test if it would look good or not. So aura name, text color free, set this, and it looks good. You can still customize this however you'd like, but I think that looks good enough for now. So we can say test name again, and our rarity, I guess we can just set to 1 in 0, why not? Yeah, there you go. That is your showcaser. Next we're gonna be adding a frame. This frame is gonna be our let's do options maybe. We can set background transparency back to black, sorry, background color, and background transparency 0.5. Now we have to do the same as we did before. I think we can just copy over the values and move it a bit, because that is basically fine. Yeah. The position we can increase to like 0.75 maybe. Increase our size and move it a bit up. Now that's basically most of the UI making, like just moving around random stuff and hoping it looks good. But I honestly think that is looking fine. And our options, what that's gonna be, it's gonna be our UI list layout again, like obviously 0.01 with a fill direction vertical, horizontal center, and vertical also set to center. Now if we were to grab a text button, we can say our size is gonna be 0.85. Actually, let's do 0.95 with a vertical of 1.5 maybe. Yeah, but we're gonna do 8.5 and 0.15 vertical. Looks good. So what we are basically doing now is adding the equip, the delete, the lock button, and like increase storage, I think. Yeah, those are all buttons. So we can name this our equip button, or like btn, like this. Our background color is gonna be set to a green again. If you want to keep a style, we can copy the color of our accept button over, like this. Grab the title, there you go, and say text transparency to 1, and we can also change the text to equip instead of accept. That looks good, but I'm gonna shorten it up a tad. Sorry, 6.5. Yeah, it looks good. So add another UI corner inside, so it is a bit rounded up, but we can increase this to 0.01 or like even 0.05 again. Yeah, 0.05. You can barely tell there's an edge, so I think we can say 0.1. Yeah, 0.1 looks good. Duplicate this, let's say destroy button, or we can actually name this delete button. Grab the color of the decline, put it inside here, grab the title and name this delete. Yeah. Now 2 more buttons. One is gonna be our lock button, and for this we're gonna do a yellow like this. text is gonna be log. Also, we're gonna do auto button color off, of course. I forgot that. Duplicate this log button again and name this to increase storage button. And we can... how should we... we could do increase storage for like 450. Yeah, but that looks weird. Maybe like... Let's do storage button instead. And grab this title. I think we're just gonna do storage like this. I think it looks better, but I don't know. We can change this later on. We're gonna be getting a blue or even purple, I would say. No, let's keep it at a blue. There you go. And that looks good. This storage button, I think we can also just straight up. How should... Man, I'm still thinking, how could we do this? Like, I have an idea actually. First of all, we are setting, this is gonna be on, where is it? Layout order. Where's the layout order? There. Layout order, this is gonna be 0. For the delete button, it's gonna be set to 1. Lock button is gonna be 2. And storage is gonna be 4. We are skipping 3 because 3 is gonna be something else. We can say increase. And if we were to add a frame with the layout order 3, you can see it's between log and increase. The size is gonna be 1 and 0.15. Actually, we can set this to 0.2, maybe. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Background transparency is gonna be 1. And we are basically gonna add... Actually, this is gonna be set to be called divider. Add a frame with a... which is called line. Size is gonna be 1. And 0.1 for the vertical. Add a UI gradient inside the line and go to the transparency and click those 3 dots right here. Now for this we're gonna be upping the first and the last point and set another point at time 0.1 and another. Sorry, I am back. Time is gonna be 0.9. Yeah, that looks good. So this line is also gonna be set to 0.85 horizontal. And anchor point is gonna be 0.5 at the first. Same goes for the position. That looks good. Duplicate this line and set the position to 0.9 at the end. So we have something like that. Yeah, inside here we can add a text label, which is gonna be our title. Position 0.5, same with the anchor point. So it's gonna be 0.5 this time, and like that's a 0.85 with a 0.65. That looks good. Background transparency 1, text scaled with Nunito, text color white, and we can say increase storage, and inside our storage button we can actually just grab how expensive it's gonna be. There you go. And both of those lines, I think we can set the size to like 0.05, maybe even shorter, and adjust the position on the second line. That looks good, although I think we can shorten this up to 0.8 maybe. That looks better. I am back again. That is gonna be our options, and we can add text box like this. Anchor point, we're gonna be setting 0.5 for the first one. Position is gonna be 0.65 with a 0.35, no, 0.15, yeah, like this. Size is gonna be set to 0.45, I think, and 0.15, no, 0.05, is it really that short? It is gonna be really that short, but we can say 0.075, so it's a bit larger. Nice. This is not gonna be 0.45, this is gonna be actually 6.5, that's too large. I think we're gonna do 0.5 instead. 0.55 maybe? Yeah, that's good. Position is gonna be set to 0.7 instead, and 0.13, maybe 0.11 for the vertical. Yeah, that is completely fine. Now, sorry that this episode is gonna be way longer, but this is UI making is actually a really hard task. Like, it takes a while. This text box is gonna be our search bar. Background transparency, we can set 0.5 again. Background color black. Grab a UI corner, yeah, UI corner. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we can increase this size again to 0.6. This gonna be 6.7, 6.9, why not? Yeah, that looks good. Actually, no, I think I will prefer 0.85. Sorry, 8.68. There you go. Yeah, I prefer that. So, this text box is gonna be set to text scaled. Actually, no, we're gonna be text size this time. It's gonna be set to like 35 to 40. Text size is gonna be 40 with Nunito again. Text is gonna be search ... Text color, we can say no, this is gotta be white, but the placeholder color is gonna be a bit darkened, and this is actually gonna be our placeholder text, not the actual text itself. Actually, we can darken this even further. Probably like this. Yeah, so just fine. Yeah, we can also increase this to like a 0.1. And now for the last frame inside our inventory, we're gonna add a singular frame, call this our actual inventory, or like our holder. 0.5 anchor point, same with the position, but the position can be 0.75, maybe only 7, maybe only 6.5 or 6.8, yeah 6.8. Position vertical has to be a bit further down, like I'm guessing 0.6, that's 0.55, and that's perfect. Size is gonna be 0.5 and 0.5. Let's try this. Actually, what did we have for the search bar? 0.6. Damn. Right. 0.6 and vertical can be 0.8. No, 0.8 is too much. Actually, if we move it down, it should be fine. 0.57. Too much. So 7.5 could be enough. But we can say 5.7. Actually 5.8 maybe. With this increase to 7.7. Perfect. Background transparency 0.5. Background color black. Grab our UI corner, set this in here, and that's fine. So that is gonna be our holder. We're not quite finished yet, because we're gonna be setting this to clip descendants and add a scrolling frame inside. The scrolling frame is gonna be canvas size 0. Size can be 0.95, position 0.5, same with the anchor point. Background transparency, of course, 1. And I think we're gonna be setting the, where is it? I can't find it. Where is it? Automatic canvas size to Y. The vertical scroll bar position, that's gonna be set to left, and scroll bar image color is gonna be white. And if you were to set the canvas size right here to 5, you can see the scroll bar is like that. Scroll bar thickness, I like it on a 5 because it looks better. And this is gonna be back to 0. Now our UI still looks a tiny bit weird because that is not aligned with this one down here. So we're gonna do 9.585 maybe, and increase this to this. That is good, but we have to move this one a tiny bit further down. Yeah, that's good. UI looks way better. And this UI corner should be a bit less actually. Way better. There we go. That is our UI done, I think. But so the next episode's a bit shorter. We can set another frame inside here. Size 0.15. Both. No. 0.15 on one and this, I think we can set this to 0.2 maybe. To 1 maybe. Alright, fine. Set this to 0.205. Yeah, 205, it's perfect. Set this background color black. Transparency 0.5. Add a UI corner. This UI corner is gonna be 0.1. And that's fine. Maybe even increase this to 0.2. There we go. Now, if we were to name this temp, we can also add a UI grid layout. Actually, no, we can try a UI list layout. I don't know if it's gonna work. Fill direction horizontal, it wraps, make sure it's on. 0.01 padding, horizontal alignment left and top for the vertical. And if we were to add a view, you can see that is good. Now back in the scrolling frame, we have to say vertical scroll bar insert to scroll bar. That's good. And right here, I think we can just increase the padding. To like 0.3. Nah, that just doesn't look good. Let's try 0.1, but make the temps a slight bit smaller. I don't really care about the vertical because we can adjust this in a second. Now that's good. Yeah, that's gonna be 0.03 like this. And now we can just adjust the vertical and then we're almost done. I mean almost, because there's like 2 things we're gonna be adding. Add a text label, size is gonna be 1 and 0.75 or actually 0.7. Background should say 1. Text scale like this. Add Noneto. Text color is gonna be white. And text, I don't really care about the text, but we're gonna be calling this like test name for now. And this thing can be actually 0.95. Anchor point is gonna be 0.5 and position 0.5 like this. Actually, one more thing. It's not gonna be 0.95 but 0.85. Sorry, I'm back again. That is fine. That is gonna be our name. That's our name. Our name like this. Our rarity like that. I am gonna be setting this to 0.3. No, I am dumb. I meant this to 0.3. And that is gonna be our rarity. Text transparency effect to 0.25. And this is gonna be 1 in 0. Like this. Actually no, we're gonna take inspiration from what like Souls did. They did not say the rarity for this, so we can do the same. There we go. And actually, I just realized this has to be a button. So go ahead, go to the toolbox, search plugins, and grab a plugin called Reclass. There we go. I don't know if you have to pay for that, but I'm definitely gonna be linking it in the description. And this reclass is gonna help a lot, because if you were to select this frame, you can just hit convert, grab a text button, and now that is finished. Grab a text transparency of 1. There you go. That's your inventory. We can search like that. And I think that's everything. Now it may look a bit weird at the showcase. Right, I am back. I've set the UI corner at the showcase to 0.05, so it looks a tiny bit better. And the search bar UI corner also gets a tiny bit increased. A bit more actually. Still a bit more. That is looking like a 0.35. That's too much. 2.5. Yep. Alright. Sorry if the episode took long, but as you can see, the inventory looks amazing. I think one of the best inventories I have made. And honestly, it just looks amazing. If we were to grab a few, let's say auras, sure. If you were to grab a few, you can see that is fine. But one last thing, again, sorry, you can change the scroll bar thickness to anything you'd like. Gonna be setting this to 3, so it's really not much. And that is gonna be everything. Yeah, that is gonna be everything. We can delete the rest of the templates, you can keep one, and that is gonna be the entire inventory for now. If you were to hit play, you can also see that this guy scales and all of those also scale. There you go. That's gonna be our inventory. We can also search auras, like let's say I want to grab a common, you would be able to search this. So this is gonna be our entire aura. We're gonna be scripting this later on. Its next episode is probably gonna be way longer, like not way longer, but still insanely long, because we have to do an entire like saving thing, then we have to grab the inventory and whatnot. That's just gonna take a while. So sorry if this episode took a while. I'm currently recording at 1 hour. And again, I am sorry if it took long. It's just not easy to make like UI in that short amount of time. So thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.